All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody to this first virtual open house from accounting and finance of 2022. So we're joined here by our dean and our faculty members. Now I'll let our dean say hello before I proceed. Go ahead, Dimo.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you hear me. Thank you for being here this afternoon, and we are looking forward to, presenting our school to you and the program in accounting and finance in particular. And we do have our faculty and the chairs here and associate deans, and they can explain everything to you definitely better than I can. And we are excited that you have joined us, and more people may join as we go through the hour, but we have to continue with the timeline we have. So again, welcome, and I leave you in good hands, and I let Dr. Han to lead you into the program and explanations and information we have. Good to see you all.
Thank you, Dimo. So I'm going to begin, and I'm going to start sharing my slides. Can you guys see my slides?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Good. Okay. So my name, I'm Alex. I'm the chair and associate professor of finance here at the department in the School of Business and Public Administration. That's my email address and my phone number. And if you are ever on campus, that's my office room number in building 38, room 117. So this is the agenda that we're gonna go through today. First, before I forget, if you have any questions, feel free to enter it into the chat so that at the end of the presentation, I will be able to answer those questions as we get them. So I'll start with the overview of the SBPA, and then with the programs, and then getting into the details on, and then why UDC and why accounting and finance specifically. And I'll provide more information about some of the very unique opportunities of scholarship and internships. And then I'll open up for Q&A. So School of Business and Public Administration, we're made up of two departments, the Department of Accounting and Finance, which I chair. This is organized by this department. There's also the Department of Business Management, and they have a BBA in Business Management with concentrations in MIS, Marketing, and Lit. So if you're interested in the business management programs, they're also having a open house soon. Stay tuned on that. Another thing I'll mention is that in addition to SBPA do currently have an MBA. We do offer a graduate degree in business administration. More information, you can reach out to me or Dr. Chinta. You can get more information if you're interested. So the programs in this department, we do have two undergraduate programs. The BBA in accounting, which takes about 124 credits to graduate, as well as the BBA in finance for 121 credits. Some students also have the option to double major in accounting and finance, and that is about a 5 to 8 course additional beyond the respective majors. So if you're an accounting major, if you're on a double major in finance, then you'll take 5 more classes. If you're a finance major wanting to double in accounting, then you will take 8 more courses for 24 credits more. Then the logistics and international trade concentration, or as we call it, LIT, it's 4 more courses, which is 12 more credits. However, if you planned it very well, for example, if you are pursuing a BBA in finance and you want to concentrate in LIT, you actually can graduate at 121. If you plan it properly, some of the courses can be applied on both sides, on the major as well as on the lit concentration. And I'll explain more on the lit concentration. And the programs in this department, the program highlights, the key here is that we're very much into experiential learning. So we'll have the VITA program, which is the volunteer and tax assistant program, which is currently running, helping DC residents file taxes. It is offered every Saturday. If you're interested, you feel free to contact me for that. We also have internships, and I'll explain more and into the internship opportunities later. We also have field trips and study abroad, which again, I'll talk more about those more specifically. And in some courses, we also have simulations, for example, stock market simulations or business strategy simulations that will allow students to have more hands-on practice on the applications. So this is basically just the required or the core courses in the respective major. So in accounting, you'll do intermediate accounting 1, 2, federal income tax 1, cost accounting, auditing 1, 2, advanced accounting, and accounting information systems. And obviously, the other 4 courses are electives. These are not just the only electives. There are other electives that are available, but I just list 4 of them. On the finance side, you'll take intermediate accounting 1, international finance, financial management 1 and 2, security analysis, financial institutions and capital markets. Those are the core for the finance. And there are also electives as well that you can take financial analytics and models, which actually I'm teaching it right now. And a new course that has been that's being offered this semester is Intro to Risk Management. This is the first time that we're going to offer it, or actually we are offering it right now. The plan is probably, if you're interested, we should probably offer it again in the next spring of 2023. So let's talk a little bit about the logistics and international trade concentration. So that concentration requires 4 courses. 1 required course, which is the BGMT 313, Global Logistics and Supply Chain Management. And then from the list below of 9 courses, you can choose any 3 of them. And then you will have to declare you are a lit concentration. And in fact, this lit concentration is just not open to business students. It is open to all majors. All majors can have a concentration in lit. You just have to fulfill the 4 course requirement. Now I notice that there's a BGMT 395, which is a study abroad course. This has been planned for a long time. Because of the pandemic, it was canceled again and again. I'm very happy to say that this year, we are going to the United Kingdom in summer of 2022. Okay, we are definitely going. So we're finalizing the details about the schedule, the approval, and the courses. We're definitely going. There is also a new certificate in sustainable fintech, cleantech, that you take 3 courses. 1 required course, which is the course that I'm offering right now, which is financial analytics and models. And then you choose 2 courses from the 3 courses below. Once you have completed requirements on this certificate, because it's a certificate, you will let us know. There's no application needed. You just let us know you completed the requirements. And then once we verify that you completed the requirements, you will receive a certificate signed by the Dean of the School of Business and Public Administration. I also want to bring to your attention a new graduate program that's currently proposed. It has not been approved yet. However, we have already received positive feedback about it that the program will be able to start in 2023. So while the program will start in 2023, sorry about that, we plan to offer graduate courses in the fall of 2022. So this master's program, which is the MS in accounting, it's a 30 credit hour program. Okay, you will gain specialized accounting information, accounting knowledge, as well as you will meet the requirements to apply for the CPA license. Most students can complete the program in 3 semesters. Obviously, each and every student will be assessed or evaluated on a case-by-case basis. However, most will be able to complete in 3 semesters. Now, some students can actually complete it in 2 semesters if planned if planned, advanced, and well. The program highlights of this program is the flexibility. We provide experiential learning opportunities. We also provide research opportunities if the student has desire to pursue a doctorate in accounting eventually. And there's also analytics training that we can offer the courses in analytics. So this is the curriculum from the Masters of Science in Accounting program. So there are 8 required courses listed there. And then there are 2 electives that the student that have to take. So that's why I said the 2 electives will provide the flexibility. In fact, one of the electives is also study abroad during the summer, that the students can go to either China or the United Kingdom. For now, those are the 2 places that we have plans. And then obviously we have field trips, and you can do research. And if you're interested in practicum or internship, you can use them as part of your course as well, as part of your program, sorry. So this is just an example of a field trip that a field trip that I brought my students. The one in the top, on the top middle, is the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. And then the one on the left, on the top left, is the Federal Reserve. That's actually the boardroom where the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve have their meeting. And then on the lower left is actually the Chicago Council on Global Affairs. We were very lucky to have the opportunity to attend one of the panel discussion where they actually interviewed the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas. And then on the lower right, if you look at it, is we're actually in the Chicago Board Options Exchange, where we actually went there and ring the bell. As you can see, we just took a picture by the bell. So we actually went down to the pit to see students, to see traders, with the hand signals on, buying and selling, how many lots and all that kind of stuff. The bottom in the middle is also at the Federal Reserve. It's in one of the other hallway that we took the picture. And then the top right is we visited one of the corporate sites, which is Charles Schwab. We're really happy that they're able and willing to host us for an hour to talk about the opportunities that Charles Schwab has for our college students. This has been my plan all along, but we haven't had the chance to go to China. So these are pictures from China. The top left is actually the sort of like the early evening skyline of Shanghai. The bottom right is also Shanghai, but it's a more daylight view of, I guess this part is the bund, as they call it. Okay, on the top right, you'll see the Great Wall, and then you see another part of Beijing. One of the highlights in China is that we will, or at least I plan that we will take the bullet train, the high-speed rail, as they call it, top speed at 310 kilometers per hour. It'll take about 4 hours from Shanghai to Beijing. That's the plan. So hopefully next year in 2023, we're able to make this trip. And hopefully, if you guys are still part of the program here, we're really excited to be able to bring you there. We'll have to see. So based on the programs that I talked about, then you ask yourself, why UDC, right? A few things. First, accreditation, right? Accreditation signifies the quality of the program, going through some kind of rigorous review. So we're currently accredited by ACBSP, and we're in pursuit of AACSB. We're almost to the finish line with AACSB. What does AACSB mean? AACSB is one of the accrediting bodies for business schools, and is currently only 5% of business school worldwide is accredited by AACSB. So it does signify certain level of quality of your program. We do have qualified faculty. More than 95% of our faculty have doctorates in their respective areas. And 60% of our accounting faculty have CPAs. So they're professionally in the profession. We also have relatively low faculty student ratio, currently standing around 11 to 1. What does that mean? That means our courses size are class size are relatively small. That means what? That means you get more engagement with the faculty. Faculty calls you by on a first name basis. They know your name probably by the third or fourth week of class. So you get a little more attention. You're not just a number in those realms, basically. One point I'll point out is the affordability. According to affordableschools.net, we are the #1 most affordable business school in the nation. Okay, I'll elaborate a little more. So if you're an undergraduate student, and let's say if you are DC resident, there's no comparison. We are the only public school in DC. So if you're a DC resident, there's nowhere else that you can get a cheaper tuition and fees. So currently at about $8,600 per academic year. Now, if you are from Maryland or Virginia, part of the metro system, you're either in Montgomery County or PG County or Fairfax County, then you would pay DC metro rate, which is $98.36. And I also have some comparison across from the other state schools in Virginia and Maryland, and you see that with the exception of George Mason, you would pay in-state in your respective states, but your in-state tuition is still higher than our metro rate. Of course, if you are from outside of those areas, that means you're considered either a non-resident or out-of-state student. Then we are at least 40% lower than most of the tuition across the board, highlighted in blue. If you see that, I circled that in blue. How about graduate? Graduate tuition, if you are a DC resident, the annual tuition and fees will be a little over $10,000 a year. So per semester is about $5,000. And then looking at the table below, you'll see that if you are a metro student, so that means you're from Maryland or you're from Virginia, and you come to us for our graduate program, you will pay about $11,300. Now, when you are an in-state student from Virginia, let's say you're going to George Mason, you will be paying about $15,000. And if you are in-state Maryland resident going to Maryland at College Park, you're actually paying more than $25,000. So we are significantly more affordable than you got, than the respective state institutions in the respective states. And when when we compare our tuition for non-resident versus all the other schools, not just in Virginia and Maryland, I included another school in Pennsylvania. I also included one school in Florida. We are definitely the most affordable. And the fact that we are in DC, we're not, in the middle of nowhere because of the metro area. So some of you might be asking, so with all that, why accounting and finance? Just to let you know, accounting and finance, it's always in demand. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projected on average about 10% job growth over the 5 to 10 year period. And again, when you're accounting and finance, you don't necessarily have to be working in the finance or accounting industry. You can be working in a manufacturing firm in the accounting function or the finance function. So in other words, you're not just restricted to this industry. Your industry is wide open, but you just can be working in different companies within those industries. One more thing I'll say is our accounting program. Our accounting program is endorsed by the IMA, which is the Institute of Management Accountants. I'm happy to say that we are the first university in DC to be endorsed by that agency. We are the first by that association. We are the first one, and we are the third HBCU across the country to be endorsed by IMA. And our graduate placements, many of our graduates move on to the Big Four. Some move on to government, to the DC government, some in the federal government as well. Of course, some will pursue graduate schools, right? They graduate and they go on to graduate schools. Some of our graduates have gone to Cornell, UC Davis, American, George Washington, etc., etc. The scholarship opportunities, let's talk about them one by one. The first one we have is the Structured Finance Foundation Scholarship. It is open to all business students, including management, accounting, finance, graduate or undergrad, all open. The deadline is March the 18th. March the 18th, okay? And it's $10,000 a piece, and they will award 2 scholarships to 2 recipients. The new Don Dean Scholarship, which some of you have heard about, this is only restricted, or this is only available to accounting and or finance major only. So if you're a management student, you're not eligible for this scholarship. And this scholarship is currently open, and the application deadline is May the 1st. Okay, there will be multiple awards for this scholarship, and this is going to start in the fall of 2022 and will extend until December of 2024. So it's going to be like a 6-semester or 5-semester scholarship. Of course, you have to apply every semester, but if you qualify for the first semester, chances are you will qualify for the following semesters as well, but you just have to apply. Each award is up to $2,000 per semester. Now, if you're thinking about saying, oh, I'm covered by other scholarships, so I don't need additional scholarship. Now, I'll tell you this scholarship will be applied to your account, and it can be refunded. In other words, at the end of the semester, towards the end of the semester, after paying after your scholarship pays off all your outstanding balance, and you have a credit balance, including this, you will get refunded in a check. You will receive a check for the refund. So this is definitely something that you want to do. It's not like it's canceled out at 0 and everything is just netted off. It's not. You will receive the credit back. The CMA Student Scholarship, this is not a cash kind of scholarship. This scholarship allows you to take the CMA exam, and it will cover your exam and the entrance fee, and it covers the IMA membership and the test preparation software. It is valued at approximately $3,000. This is not open now. This is open typically in the fall semester. I'll provide more information if you're interested. So the Dawn Scholarship is open. And then there's also the School of Business and Public Administration scholarships. These are open to all business majors, regardless of residency. This is merit-based, and the deadline is April 1st. The internship opportunities. The one that is currently running right now is the Structured Finance Association internship. There are currently 2 spots open for summer 2022, and the application deadline is March the 4th. They're looking for 1 research intern, and they're looking for 1 marketing intern. So this presents a very unique opportunity for students that are interested to apply for those interns. In fact, one of our interns who got an internship last summer graduated in the summer, and she was offered a full-time position at that organization immediately after graduation. So that organization is local, so you don't have to travel far. There's also the UC system, what they call Summer Institute of Emerging Managers and Leaders. So it's like it's not an internship per se, but it's sort of like a fellowship, if you will, or a program that students will participate in the summer at one of the campus in UC. And then upon completion of that program, you will be offered a fellowship to pursue graduate school at one of the 6 UC campuses. So I believe right now we have 3 or 4 students currently in the program. Okay, 1 is already at UC. 3 of them is waiting to graduate this semester, and then they'll head out to California starting in the fall semester. And then we have the NABA, which is the National Association of Black Accountants. They do go to regional conferences, and the Big Four and the accounting firms will recruit for interns during those conference. And typically the conference is every fall semester. There's one more internship, a unique one. This is the first time they reached out to us. It's a three corporation rotational finance internship. So you'll rotate, the intern will rotate 4 weeks in each of the entity, and then sort of learning the roundup of whatever is covered in there. They're looking for one intern, and if you're interested in that internship, you can contact me, and I'll connect you with the people in charge of that. And we also have internship with Defense Intelligence Agency. We just started relationship with them, so they do post internship opportunities as they become available. And I think they're starting to start off now because it's February, March, and they're looking for mostly summer interns. And when I receive those information, if you're interested, you can let me know, and I'll forward it to all of my faculty and the students as well. And historically, we have students participate in the DC Superior Court Office of the Auditor Master as an intern, mostly an accounting major that does an internship over there. So this is again, this is all I have. That's my email. Feel free to contact me by email if you have any questions. So I see there are some. Let me stop sharing my screen, and then we'll see what questions will I get from the chat. Okay. I'm not following. My son is new in DC and will get into UDC in May semester. My question, does UC provide any financial assistance, grant, and scholarship? The general answer is yes, we do provide. It all depends. I need more information to be able to answer that question. If you don't mind, you can email me directly, and you can provide me with more information about your son. Whether are you from DC or are you from out of DC? Is it part of the DMV area or is it beyond that area? That will have an impact also. Is the scholarship open for UDC students too? Now, which scholarship are you talking about? Are you talking about the Dawn scholarship that I mentioned? Hannah, if you're here, can you unmute and answer that?
Yes, for the one you said, the accounting.
Okay. The one is a very good question. I'll answer this right now. If you are not a UDC student now, right? And if you plan to matriculate into UDC majoring in accounting or finance in the fall semester, yes, you are eligible. In your case, let's say you're now in the community college, but if for fall semester, you will enter Van Ness program, accounting or finance, then you will be eligible. And you can then apply now. We will determine your eligibility now. Of course, the money won't be paid until you come in, when you register for that. Same thing with anybody that is on this call that is not UDC currently. For example, if you're from Montgomery College or Montgomery County, the same thing applies. As long as you can commit to applying to UDC for fall 2022, majoring in accounting and or finance, you are eligible for that scholarship, up to $2,000. That is correct. I have a bachelor's in accounting from Tunisia and would like to, which document should I bring? That is a harder question to answer or just over the Zoom right now. Why don't you contact me directly and I'll answer your questions pertaining more specific, okay? Do freshmen stand a chance in applying for the internship or any internship? This particular internship, I tend to say freshmen, you're not in the best position to do it. They did not specify freshman is ineligible. You are still eligible to apply for the scholarship, for the internship. However, I think it would be in their best interest to apply for internship at least starting your sophomore year. So at the end of your first year, then when you get into the second year, then at that point, you'll be in a better position to start the internship. Because if you're fresh as a freshman, then you haven't had enough of the business background yet to actually go into the internship, and a lot of the jargons that they speak in that field, you may have a hard time trying to get that back. Does that make sense? Are these scholarships available to international freshmen? Which scholarship are you referring to? Shanice Taylor? Which scholarship are you talking about? Are they, all of them? Okay, let's get once and for all. So the Structured Finance Association, the $10,000 to award, that one, everyone is eligible. Anyone can apply. Okay. The SBPA, the School of Business and Public Administration Scholarship, anyone can apply. In other words, there's no residency restriction. Now, the Dean Scholarship, the one that I talked about for accounting and finance majors only, international students are ineligible. No, that means international students cannot apply for that one. Does that help? Okay. I see there are no other questions in the chat. If you guys would like to ask, voice ask it, it's okay. Just raise your hand and then you can unmute yourself. Anyone? Okay, calling once. Calling twice. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Yes, John.
This is not directly related to the program, so I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Sure.
But I'm wondering if you have materials, if we want to make those available to students at Montgomery College. I know if you have some printed materials, we'll be happy to put them. We have several places that students tend to gather. And so I'd like to tell you, I'm interested. I'd like to share this with my faculty so they can share it with their students. It sounds very interesting and very much appropriate for our students, and I want them to know about this.
Sure. Are you referring to like a one-page kind of brochure or something that we can share?
Whatever you've got that we
Okay.
that start the conversation.
We can definitely work on that, and we'll get back to you real soon on this, because time is of an essence right here, because we want them to be able to have that information earlier rather than later.
Exactly.
Yes, definitely. Okay, I accidentally pressed that button for some reason. Okay, so let's see. Any other questions from anyone? So if not, again, I thank everybody who's here to attend and to hear us out, what we can offer and have offered. And again, for those of you who have questions that I wasn't able to directly answer because of the complexity, please email me. Let me do this. I will put in my email address onto the chat, so you can copy and paste into an email and you can send it to me, and then we can talk about it. I know there are some questions that I can answer, but again, it requires more information, and I don't want you to put it into a public forum chat space to see it out. So please make sure you contact me directly, and I'll be happy to talk to you separately on those issues. So with that, I want to thank everybody for taking time off to hear us out. Hopefully I'll see you guys either as an undergraduate student or a graduate student or whatever it may be, however we can help you, again, achieve your dream, I guess. So thank you. I'll stop the recording right now. Thank you.